Hi everyone. So today we're going to be doing our first PicoCTF challenge. This is login under the web exploitation category. So this should be interesting. I actually did solve this one on my own. Super proud of myself. And I'm going to walk through how to solve it. So the description is, my dog sitter's brother made this website, but I can't get in. Can you help me? So let's go to it. Simple login. Password. First thing I was thinking was, okay, SQL, right? SQL injection, type of thing. Nothing. Okay, so I was like, okay, let's look at the source code. We're posting it in form, and then we see this script here, so let's check it out. And here we have some JavaScript. So let's do a JS beautify. And there it is. So I'm not actually just going to paste this anywhere. I'm just going to work with it straight up from here. And so here we have an asynchronous function because there is a promise to wait for basically the user input here. And it accepts it once the user clicks submit. So all this first part up here does is pretty much capture the input from the user and saves this into R, which is dictionary object, however you want to call it. U being the input of the username. I don't need to show that. And then P being the input of the password. Then we also have this T, which is an empty object or dictionary. I'm gonna just stick to object for now. Here we have a for loop that loops through every element in the R object and pretty much, I believe, saves that into T. Yes, so we have TE, and then we're saving document selector re.value. Okay, so this is an interesting little function here that I did not know of, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. And here we are selecting the value from this object. And then let's talk about this real quick. So I thought that was probably like a bogus function that they had somewhere in here, but it's not. It's actually legit JS function I was not familiar with. Still learning about JS every day. I didn't even know you can do this type of syntax. I guess this is just like a one-liner, so it makes sense now that I think about it. But I'm also not even familiar with this syntax where you have like nested, I forget what these kind of if statements are called, but we'll get into that in a second. Anyway, back to this function, btoa. Probably not how you pronounce that, but basically all it does is get a string and encodes it in base 64. So this here gets our username and password in base 64 encodes both of those. And all this does is pretty much get rid of if you're familiar with a base 64 encoded string, then you get like these equal signs, I believe, at the end or the beginning, and all it does is just get rid of that. So it's just the clean string. Okay, so here is how we actually get the flag. So we look at the return statement. So what it does is it checks the username, the encoded username in our T object, and compares it with this string. So we know this string is the encoded username that we need. If not, then we get the incorrect username alert. Then this is for the password because it's comparing it to t.p, which is the password in our T object. So we now know that this string here is a base 64 encoded string of the password we need. And if these don't match, then we get an alert, incorrect password. And here is an important part of this challenge is if these two are correct, then we get an alert saying correct password, your flag is, and then it pulls in this. So you're thinking, okay, what is ATOB? Because I didn't know what ATOB is. ATOB pretty much decodes a string that was encoded using base 64 encoding. So pretty much all BTOA and ATOB are pretty much, opposites of each other. This one decodes, or I probably shouldn't say that, but is it decode? Yeah, I guess decodes. This one decodes a base 64 string, and this one encodes. I'm gonna go with that. Encodes a string into base 64. And the flag here pretty much says that it's t.p, which is the password in our t object of the base 64 encoded string. That is a mouthful. So all we have to really do here, I'm using just this console in here, and this is our flag because it's comparing it to the password, so we know that, that's the flag. So all we have to do is decode whatever this is, and we should get our flag. So what was it? ATOB. Since this decodes our base 64 encoded string, which is this value here that we need, and if we pass that into ATOB, not V, then we should get our flag, which is this right here. And that pretty much wraps up this challenge. It honestly wasn't too bad. I did do a little bit of overthinking. I did have to kind of figure out what these functions were doing and how it worked. But once you know what it does, it's honestly kind of straightforward. This pretty, I would say, beginner challenge. It did take me about maybe like 15-20 minutes to figure this out. Not too bad. And yeah, that was fun, and I'm looking forward to the next challenge. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and stay tuned to my future challenges. Thank you.